Hello, my name's Veronica and I live on the Costa Brava. I first started visiting this area in 1969 when I was 13. We'd been going on family holidays to the south of France, and my parents decided that they didn't want to camp anymore and they would like to rent an apartment. And my mum, who was a health visitor, had a fellow health visitor who just bought a property here in this village and had converted it into 3 flats. So we rented the top flat. And this went on for a couple of years. We rented it every August until this friend said to Mum, well, you can have it next year if I haven't sold it. At which my parents sort of had a long, hard think and said, okay, well, let's buy it. So we carried on coming here. And inevitably, as I got older, I started coming with my friends and we went to the discotheques and we met some of the local people. And yes, that's how it's all happened. I came over to live here because I'd fallen in love with one of the locals. Okay, so what do I love about living here? Well, I've lived here obviously for most of my life now. I love, on the whole, the weather, though having said that, today is one of the rainiest days we've had for a long, long time. But yes, I love the weather and also the Mediterranean style of life, you know, that you go out and you have drinks on terraces, you meet your friends out for a drink, out for breakfast, things that I didn't really do in England. In England, I might go out to a pub in the evening, but it would never have occurred to me to go out and meet somebody for breakfast, which I do a lot here and I think is very civilized. What are the challenges? Well, when I came here to live, I spoke pidgin Spanish, I suppose you'd call it, because my partner wasn't actually from Catalonia, he's from Zaragoza. And so we spoke in Spanish to each other. When I had my children and they started going to school, I realized that I needed to learn Catalan. So I picked up Catalan. So, I mean, I can say I'm fluent in Spanish and Catalan, and that has made a huge impact on how well I've been able to integrate. I would say actually that most of my friends are Catalan people. So what would I say to anybody coming to live here? First of all, learn the language. It makes everything so much easier. Trouble is, if you don't learn the language, you tend to stay stuck in the expat community. And is everybody in the expat community are they people who you would be friends with if you were at home, or is it rather sort of a false friendship? I'm never quite sure. But yeah, if you can integrate, I mean, you know, use local people to do all your work for you, not other expats. You know, the local people need the work as well. Teach your children to speak English if they're of that sort of an age, and try and get a job where you're employed rather than self-employed, because the day you come to retire, you'll really appreciate that because you'll get a heck of a lot more on your pension. But I wouldn't change a thing. I love it here. I just wouldn't change a thing. Okay, thank you for listening or watching.